And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, and I'm touching base with you as I do every day. Yesterday was such a great day. Well, first of all, the heat is crazy. The heat is crazy in New York. We hit a record yesterday in the heat, and it's supposed to hit 100 degrees today in New York City. They're expecting 100 degrees. What's the temperature now? Let me see what the temperature is right now. It is, let me see here. It's 94 degrees right now. It might happen. I don't know. It's 94 degrees. It could happen. It could be 100. If not 99, they say. 99 is too hot. I can't wait. Today's the peak of the heat wave in New York City. And it is also election day. It is election day for, well, it's voting day, election day for the Democrats here in New York City. And there's a big race here. And I don't know how many people are going to be waiting in line in the heat. But they said the hot weather is going to change some of the outcome of the election today in New York City. So, and Cuomo is on he's on the list of, he was doing well, but now he's going down. He's going down. And let me just put this in here. New York City election. And so, yes. So this gentleman, Zoran Mamdani, is doing very well. Mamdani. Zoran Mamdani. Now, he's getting a lot of traction. And I think he has a good chance of winning. We'll see. We will see. There's a lot of people that are like, we don't want Cuomo. We are done. We're done. We want to turn a chapter. We don't want any old faces. We don't want anything of the past. We don't want all of the regulars. We don't want any Clintons. We don't want any Obamas. We don't want anyone but new faces. We want new people in office, younger, new, fresh. If he wins, he would be I'm not sure if he's the youngest mayor of New York City, but close to it. He's only 33 years old. Zoran Mamdani. And also, he is not a white guy. And he's not a black guy. I do believe he's from India. Isn't he from India? I think he's from India. Was somewhere in the South Asia. Yeah. Whoa. Anyway, here we go. Let's see who's in the building. I see first person in the building is the wonderful Hannah. She says, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. Still out here in these yards. Are you in the yard in this heat, Hannah? Hannah? It's too hot to be in these streets. Come on, Hannah. What are you doing? What are you doing out in the yard? I say not the street, but the yard. What are you doing in the yard? Oh, Hannah, in the yard, in this heat. It's hot all over, y'all. It's hot all over. And I don't know. It's, yeah. I wouldn't be out in these streets. Not at all. Not at all. So anyway, just saying, Hannah. Yeah, so here we go. Anyway, woo! It's hot in New York. It's so hot. It's so hot. And with the silver this morning is Mr. Brian Young Creative. He says, fam, it's another hot one. Stay hydrated. Yes, indeed. More hydration. If you're going to the bathroom and your urine is not light and white and like clear, almost clear, you are probably dehydrated. If it's dark, when you guys, your urine will tell you. I know you probably say, why is Ryan talking about it? But your urine will tell you if you are dehydrated. So make sure when you go to the bathroom, you look and see what the color is. And if it's dark, you need water. You need water. You need lots of water. Drink. Stay hydrated, y'all. Stay hydrated. Most of the country is underneath this heat wave. I do believe Chicago, they're getting their first thunderstorms today. So they're getting a break in the heat wave tonight, I think it is. So, whew, it's too hot, y'all. It's too hot. Hannah says, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And she's laughing at me. She's laughing. She's out in that yard, out in the heat. She said, I started early. I just finished. Okay. So you did it like a farmer. You did it like the farmers do. They get up at the crack of dawn, just slightly before the crack of dawn. They get into their positions and then they start working. And then by the heat of the day, they are done. She said, I started at 8 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh, that wasn't the crack of dawn. That was early, but not the crack of dawn. Hey, G is in the building. G, Houston Jack is in the building. She says, good day. And I guess G gets the bronze. G gets the bronze today. And Lisa is in the building. She says, hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. So good to see y'all. And, oh, Lisa, you guys had, in Queens, I'm not sure it was your neighborhood, but I know there were some blackouts in Queens, in Staten Island yesterday evening. Also in Brooklyn, unfortunately, Brookdale Hospital, which has never been really a good hospital anyway, Brookdale Hospital here in Brooklyn, in East Flatbush, their air conditioning went down and they were suffering. The people in the hospital were suffering. Oh, yes, it is not a good day in New York. It's too hot. It's too hot. TB says, that urine and a good old leg cramp. Good morning. That's right. You got leg cramps and you got dark urine. You know you are dehydrated. Get water in you immediately. Get water, water, water. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, it's in the building. Make sure you hit the likes if you're here. Grand Rising. Hi, Ron. And everyone says, hey, Lisa says, thank God it wasn't in my neighborhood. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. She said, morning, Hannah. It was 87 degrees at 8 a.m. Already too hot. It is. It's too hot. It's 94 degrees already. It's 94 degrees. It's still morning, y'all. It's 11:10 in the morning. As we approach noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is the hottest part of the day. I think it's 1 o'clock. Around 1 o'clock is usually the hottest part of the day. I'm not cooking anything. Okay, so last night, well, first of all those that are here today, we're gonna be teaching about on your Tip Tuesday, elevate your creative portraits. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. Elevate your creative portrait. So that's what our lesson is for our Tuesday tip, photography tip. That's what we're going to be talking about later. But until we get to there, I want to let me remove that little baby and put that on. So guys, yesterday I was at the event yesterday. It was the exhibition and event at All Steel New York City showroom. It was a gathering of designers, interior designers, furniture creators, artists, musicians. It was an amazing night last night. And my work was on display in exhibition with other artists that were there. And I also had a chance to interview the other artists. And we had a great time. So check out, if you go onto the YouTube channel later on On the Move, it says Touch Base Daily exhibition and event at All Steel New York City showroom. But I want you to see greenery on people's roofs. Look at the view. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that view. I love the view. Isn't this view amazing? Look at all the
Look at the
greenery
people
on
that
people's
live.
roofs.
Could you imagine the people that live underneath that tower? It's such a great shot. That's such a great shot. So what I have here is my camera is right here as well. So
Yeah, my camera
I'll be
was
taking
mounted below
pictures
my
as well.
screen.
And I'm going to zoom in on that because it's such a good shot.
I got
And I'm
some great
trying to
shots.
create a book on water towers. I love water towers. I love them.
So then I also
People that I consider in my family are all biological.
this is
Yes.
she creates the
They
most
are some people that are
amazing
friends
chairs.
that I've known for a long time and have been through a lot of things together. Have been there for me. I've been there for them, which is really nice. So the collection is intended to really encourage you. It's a collection of 12 different chairs. You're encouraged to kind of have your friends and family.
Yes.
They pick the
And then he,
Great example.
Mr. Ari,
I need to know where I'm going to take
is
off.
a architecture
Earth.
Mhm.
photographer,
Use
but
your
he is
cursor, you can
also
hover
a
over everything,
droner.
and you can see
He
how tall
is a
everything is.
droner.
You can
He
build an
takes
airspace that you know you're
pictures
safe
of bridges in
this
New York City
box that only
using
Really?
his drone.
So you know what you don't want to do it by sight.
No.
No, you want to.
So you study
Yeah, so you go to work.
We
on
bonded
maps,
over
you go to work on your
aviation.
flight plan. You go to
your flight plan.
time of day.
Yes.
Facing sunrise. You know, it's just so technical.
So now we're going to go through each one. I want you to tell me exactly what was going on when you did it. And
So we thought and then there was a Q&A panel discussion on how to be better to the planet in doing reusable furniture and how we as designers can use furniture and then repurpose it. So it's really good. It was a great evening, great interactions, great conversations. And if you want to check it out, you can go to On the Move and look at Touch Base Daily exhibition and event at All Steel New York City showroom. But like I said, it was absolutely wonderful. We had a great time, and but mostly and then the evening took place, and I got the best shots of just the city from that perspective. It was beautiful. So there you have it. That was yesterday, and I had a great time. It was wonderful, and it's pretty much like a view like I have, but it's in the center of the city, and you have all of this. It's in Gramercy Park area, so you have all these tall, like the beginnings of the tall buildings in New York, you know, and then you have all these water towers all over the place, like just everywhere. And obviously it's right off Park Avenue. It was beautiful. The food was delicious, even though I only had the cheese. I had just had a couple of slices of cheese and some olives. I try not to eat in these places any longer because I've learned that if I eat all that kind of stuff, it will help you gain weight. And I don't want to gain any more weight. So I just had the cheese. I just had cheese and olives. And then they had the probiotic something water that they had there. It was great. And they had liquor. They had wine, lots of food, lots of desserts. And I said, nope, I'm getting good at it. I am getting better at not chasing the sweets. So that's what we did yesterday. That's what I did last night. It was wonderful. I'm gonna be editing the photos for today, and yeah, I'm gonna put some of these in the file that I'm working on a project when it comes to water towers in New York City, and putting that together. So it's a lot was accomplished yesterday. And I didn't show you. I didn't show you the photography, right? Let me go back. Let me go back to that. Hold on a second. Let me see where I am. Hold on a second. Let's go to. So after I finish there. Oh, here it is. There is. So there's one of my photos. This is the young Ghanaian girl that was at the slave castle window. So that was one of the photos that I had there that was on exhibition. And what was the other one? Oh, this was also her chairs. Let me just look at the chair.
I love the way she put that together. The crafting.
This
one is called.
Yeah.
So what role
Brianna
does
Love is
material
the
play
name.
in
Brianna
the
Love.
art? There you go. Let me just pop that there so you can see it and you can read it.
And you can
There
check
you
that
go.
QR code.
There
And
you can
everything.
also scan her code.
And then I ran into the other gentleman, and then we lost interactions. Oh, this was the other photo that I had on exhibition.
So guys,
elephant
look.
that we used to be on.
This
That's on
is where
usually on
my
my
photo
wall.
is. It's another photo. And there you see my picture right there. There I am. And we're going to take a picture of that. Here we go.
So I was taking pictures of that.
Nicely. They did a great job.
And then they had, and then I had the other photo. We would get a kick out of this because we were talking.
Okay.
I would love to.
So photographer. And what do you shoot with?
I'm in the corner.
Oh, that's your work.
That's me.
Oh, come on over. Oh, come on. No.
We got excited. But anyway, this is another
Photo.
one of my photos.
And
that
I was gonna-
there. Hold on a second. Right there.
Wall Street Bull and her standing up against
So
it.
she
Was
stands
such
strong.
a great.
I know what it's different.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Exactly.
We had a good time. It was a great time. We all had a good time. And it was so nice to be able to connect with the artists and Brianna. And the only one that was not there was the young girl who was 18 years old. And they had one piece from her. She was 18 years old and her work was beautiful. Did I get her work in the beginning? Hold on a second. Let me see if it's on here. Lots of interaction. Oh, there it is. There it is. So this was from the 18-year-old, and she created this piece that was in the building. So it was a good night. We had a great night connecting. It was fun. Okay, now I can let. Shared with you part of the story. I had to share the art, right? I had to share the art. And let me see if I can find one more of her chairs. She makes, let me see, that's another, I thought it was another chair. Hold on a second. There was another chair. Oh, this is also one of her chairs. Hold on a second. Let me share this again. That is one of her chairs. It has hearts. She created this beautiful, let me see. Do I go up and down with this?
Coombs collection. The Annie Coombs collection right there. And then you see also my photo right there.
But that was another one of her pieces. And I think I got them all. I think I got everything. Okay. Well, anyway, you got to go through here and look at the video, and you get the gist of it all. That's another one of her chairs.
It's love.
She's cool.
Yes.
That's another one of her chairs.
Her work is incredible.
Rationale.
So now, how long you been doing architectural photography?
Okay, so there you go. Okay, I'm done with this now. I'm done. Okay, thank you. So thank you for appeasing me on this one. I see Kimmy Kim is in the building. Good morning, she says. Good morning. Oh, no one. Lisa always gets me right into one of the things we want to talk about. But we're not going to focus too much on it. But the dumpster is upset this morning. He even used profanity. Woohoo! Yes, y'all should have. Oh, did y'all see that? Did you see the dumpster's interview as he is walking towards the helicopter? Oh my goodness, he's upset that the ceasefire that he thought he put together did not work. And they said, screw you, Mr. Dump. Mr. Dump, screw you. They still were at it last night. They were still bombing each other. And he said, I'm not pleased with them. I'm not happy with either side. I'm upset with Israel and I'm upset with Iran. And he just kept ranting and raging. And he was losing his cotton picking mind. He was just out of control. Wait a minute. I hear someone walking up the steps. Someone's walking up the pathway. I see somebody at the walkway. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, the doorbell is ringing. The doorbell is ringing, y'all. Y'all know there's someone special. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
What a surprise. Isn't it great
I
when you
know
have the key to just come in when you want to walk in the door?
it's funny. Well, you can see you're playing in the background, and I
Yes.
was listening, and I figured you would talk about that. I just want to touch on it a little bit. Whoops.
Oh, go for it, buddy. That is
Turn down. Yeah. So I just loved how he lost it on the White House lawn.
he
And
lost it.
But here's the thing, like he's not someone who knows history and does research. By the way, good morning, everyone to Touch Base in the Touch Base family. Nice to see you on a Tuesday. But my thing is like he's not someone who knows history or follows up on history. If he was smart, he would have looked back when George Bush got on the aircraft carrier and declared victory, and it ended having us in an 8-year war.
Mhm.
Why would you go out there and publicly say how you've done this and you've done that, now world peace, and now give me um uh what was it, the Nobel Peace Prize?
He
I'm
wants
just
the
like,
Nobel Peace Prize because
yeah,
he's fighting. He wants to be like Obama. He's so jealous.
yeah, he's very jealous. He's a petty person. And then he got all his people out there on Fox and all these other right-wing stations saying, oh, how look how he's brought peace to the world and all the things that he's done. And literally within hours of this quote unquote um truce, they're out there bombing each other again. And guess who was the one that started it? Israel. So now on top of that, you go and drop the F-bomb on national TV.
Can we look
Now,
at it? Can we look
yeah,
at
wait,
it? Can we go there?
isn't he supposed to get fined and all those stations get fined now for airing that live on TV?
Oh my goodness. Can we just hold on a second? Let me get this on the screen. It is priceless. It is
It is
he is
priceless.
so upset. I could not stop laughing. I said, this guy is a fool. He is a dumb clown. Here we go.
And then
Let me
on
turn the sound on.
MSNBC.
Before the biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
And he emphasized it too.
Oh my God. It was
He
priceless this
emphasized it.
morning. What a fool. We are, guys, every single day this idiot breathes is
That shit
just,
show.
he just cannot be not stupid.
He can't help himself.
Holy moly. What are you guys? I gotta get to the, what are you guys saying? God.
And not even that. So he's the first president, I think, to actually like curse.
No
on
one has,
national
no
TV.
president has ever cursed on like.
Can you imagine if Obama did it? They would have
What
been
a piece of,
impeach him,
he's a,
put him in jail. He is despicable, all of the things. And they just like, okay, well, he's just being Trump. Like, oh, disgusting.
exactly, Kimmy. I'm with you. Those two countries, Israel and Iran, said, F you.
Yeah.
F you.
These people have been fighting for decades. This is all they know. And you think that because you're orange, you can come in here and tell us that, oh, well, this is how it's going to be? Girl, bye.
He is absolutely pathetic. He is an idiot. That's right, Elise. That's all I've been saying this morning. Don Lemon show, they will have me cracking up this morning. It was
Don went to town on him.
It was priceless, and I just could not stop laughing. It's beyond the pale. It's beyond the. He was a stupid clown. I mean, again, he got into this war. Because remember, it was just Israel and
Well,
Iran. So he
I have
thought
something to say
he
about
could
that.
get some, he said, Israel was successful. Let me get some glory here.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. When they were questioned about it before, it was just like, oh, we're staying out of it. We have nothing to do with it. I remember when Israel first bombed Iran, Hex, whatever his name is, and then also even Rubio said, "Oh, we know nothing about it. We're staying out of it. We didn't know that they were doing this and planning this attack." But as of yesterday, they were saying how this plan has been in the works for months,
For months they've been doing. Yes.
and they let Israel know what they were about to do. So that contradicts what they said last week. And then on top of it, when he said he contradicted his Homeland Security woman. What's her name again?
Tarsi Gabbard, or whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever her name is, Gabbard. He was like, "Oh, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She knows exactly what she's talking about." What she said, he now confirms this past week. So when he says things,
He
most
lies
times
all the
he
time.
lies and he projects.
He
Um,
always
said-
projecting.
He said, "Oh, if Obama doesn't know what he's doing, he's going to get us into a war." He said this about Kamala Harris. "Oh, if she gets elected, she's going to start a war." Kamala told us within 6 months he's going to start a war with Iran and
Yes, she
in
did. She
Israel.
said it. Within
He
the first
didn't
6
even
months.
make it to 6 months.
Well, also,
And
we knew on this platform, because obviously I watched Malcolm Nance,
yes,
and Malcolm Nance on April
yes,
2nd,
yes, I remember the conversation.
April 2nd, he
All
said
the moving of those
all pieces were moving into place for this to happen.
yes, yep, and it did.
They're
It did.
playing games. All of them are playing games.
Yep.
Iran is playing game with their people. Israel's playing games. They're all playing games.
Yep.
Netanyahu, they're all playing games. Tulsi.
Well,
Thank you, Lisa. Tulsi.
Yes, Tulsi Gabbard. And Netanyahu is doing this because he's trying to stay out of jail.
Well, he's trying to stay out of jail.
Yes, I mean they're all these two are
These
two
are
peas in a
all
pod.
criminals.
2 peas in a pod.
Criminals. 2 criminals. Did anyone expect less?
No,
No, none of
not
us
at all.
did. And
Not
especially,
at all.
and they're just, Trump is just a puppet. He's a muppet. He's a bad muppet. I won't even call him a puppet, because puppets are really cool, even though I don't like them. But puppets, I don't like puppets. I don't like clowns. I don't like any of those painted creatures. But he's a muppet. And they're using him. They're using him to get Project 2025 done. That is the initiative. And he's the puppet.
And everything that's going on,
chaos.
these are all distractions. This is a distraction to get away from the California mess, to get away from all the deportation mess, to get away from, just everything. All right, I'm doing something over here, but now look over here, because it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, Kimmy says, also the problem is this term, he has a lot of incompetent people leading these agencies. By luck, he had career people the first go round, but that hardly stayed. But no, this time he is implementing Project 2025. And the whole point of Project 2025 is to dismantle the government, to destroy what America is, the government, what you have, all the agencies, all that stuff is to be destroyed. It's the only reason why you have incompetent people that have nothing to do with those agencies or knowledge. And then the plan is to build a Christian nationalist country. Autocracy.
I'm trying to look up. I forget. Trump had appointed some young 20-something-year-old to some governmental oversight role, and his last job, I think he was like an Uber driver or some crap like that. I forget. I'm looking it up. I've seen it come across my feed a couple times, and I kept mentioning to Mark it.
Well, while you're
Um,
looking that up, I'm going to say Brian says IMO. This is opportunist distraction. We're not talking as much about ICE in LA, the political assassination in Minnesota, the Jeffrey Epstein allegations from Elon, and etc. Stay focused. That's what we said yesterday. Stay focused.
oh, here it is. Trump administration taps 20-year-old for a Homeland Security leadership role. Let me find the full article, what he used to do.
Man, they are getting all implemented. That's right, for Project 2025. That's what they're on. They're just going page by page. One of my
Oh,
friends
heck.
said, Ron, I can't believe how fast they're going through this. I said, when you have a book written and laid out, all you got to do is just implement each page. That's what's
So
happening.
here,
in Project 2025.
listen to this. The 22-year-old graduate from the University of Texas at San Antonio in May 2024. He graduated 1 year ago from college and quickly found himself in an important national security role after helping with Trump's third presidential campaign and walking into a government affairs position for the Heritage Foundation, according to his LinkedIn. So this man, the
Well,
young man, 20,
the key word there, the Heritage
yes,
Foundation.
yes. He is 22 years old, just graduated college 1 year ago, and now he is appointed to the Department of Homeland Security. He is only hiring the best people. Come on now.
But probably, and I don't know, we don't know, but he must be related to somebody at the Heritage Foundation to be that young, get out of school, and become in charge of a whole department. This is the worst, and it's only gonna get worse, y'all. It's only
Look,
going to get worse.
he is appointed for the over terrorism prevention role at Homeland Security.
The
What the
22-year-old.
hell
What does he know about
about that?
terrorism? I'm telling you, they want to destroy the country. I mean, really destroy the country. They want to destroy? They want to unalive all of us. That's why they don't care about the measles. They don't care about vaccines. They don't care about any of the things that are necessary to prolong life. They want to get rid of Medicaid. They want to get rid of Medicare. They want to strip things that help people to live. They want to. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. If people cannot see, they are trying to unalive us. All of us.
His last listed position in 2022 was a checkout clerk at HEB grocery store. So from a grocery store bagger to terrorism. What was the title?
Counterterrorism.
A terrorism prevention role at Homeland Security. We are doing this wrong, obviously. We're doing something wrong because I graduated college. And I went to a job, but I didn't get a cushy job like this. This is amazing. I mean,
it is insane.
I can only laugh. I mean, what else can you do? He had literally no
Lisa's so
experience.
funny. He was a landscaper and
Yes.
grocery clerk. Doggone it.
That is astonishing.
Jazzy says, 22-year-old to counter terrorism, a former grocery clerk. You can't make this stuff up. If someone wrote this in a
No.
movie, you would just say it's no way. No one would ever believe it. Elise says,
This is
yes,
like,
lie and deny. Right, Jazzy.
oh,
Rosemary says, they are all paid for by oligarchies.
or I think that's what she meant to say.
I think we should oligarchies. That part, Jazzy. Going by the book, there are no checks and balances. Every level of government has been compromised. You
I mean,
can't.
Congress would have stepped in and be like, "What do you even like?"
Well, you
this
saw
would have gotten
the
laughed
Supreme
out.
Court did yesterday.
Yes,
Supreme
which
Court.
made no sense.
Supreme
They're
Court.
ridiculous. They're
The
ridiculous.
Supreme Court, y'all. What did the Supreme Court? Where
They
is my?
all need to be taken out. I mean,
You
if it's
talk about
not even
being
taken out, I mean like
dismantled.
removed from office. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yes, it is it's like stop the insanity.
They're basically saying that he can just stay in California where it's illegal.
And he can do
It's
whatever he wants.
illegal.
But also the point of he can deport people to any country. Like the people that are
Yes.
illegal immigrants or illegals that are here, illegal folks that are here illegally. I hate using that
To
word.
any country.
To
Instead
any
of deporting them back
country.
to their home, instead of deporting them back to their home country, just put them somewhere else. Like
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
makes no sense.
Why would you do that?
Why would you
Why
take
would you?
someone from Venezuela and ship them to Sudan? It's the insanity of it all. And it doesn't make sense. And then
There are no words.
for them to be in these prisons overseas.
Well, it's all about money. It's all about money and favor.
Yeah. Because now those countries that they're sending these people to will now have an allegiance to Trump
Yes.
because they're making money. Like, I'm sure Sudan is like, oh, wow, this is a good opportunity. It's a poor country.
Yeah, we'll take that money.
We'll take the money and take the people.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Sudan is also their prison system is one of the worst systems in the world.
Here's his picture, by the way, for those
Oh,
that
there
don't
he
know what he
is.
looks like.
I saw that one yesterday. Yep, I saw it. Unbelievable. This is where we are, y'all. This is where we are. This is what happens when people don't vote.
That part.
This is what happens when people put the country on autopilot. There is no autopilot.
That's not even autopilot.
democracies.
Because autopilot autocorrects and fixes the problem. That's not autopilot. Someone took it off
Man.
autopilot and got a crazy man that doesn't know how to fly the plane.
Man, Elise says he probably has relatives who are domestic terrorists. That was that's worse than a DEI hire, says Lisa. Rosemary says, if everyone stays silent about Palestine, yeah. But again, think of with this craziness going on, now no one's talking about Gaza.
Yeah.
These are all distractions. These are all distractions. And Netanyahu and Trump, they are peas of the same pod. They come from the same crappy pod.
Cut from the same cloth, as they would say.
Kimmy says, sounds ridiculous, that he not really in charge, but in name only, just getting directions from the career people. I imagine this is true. This is what they're saying.
But they're not even career. They're not career people. They're
they're white supremacists. They said Steve Miller is really running the show. They say Steve Miller, this is allegedly, is running the show, and all the white supremacists, and he's just the face. You know, obviously he's trying to get his Nobel Prize. That's not going to happen. Trump will never get a Nobel Prize. And if he ever got one, the credibility of the Nobel Prize will be over.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
If he ever got it, it would be over. No one will ever believe in that institution again. Again, everything Trump touches is destroyed. Every
He's anti-noble.
Everything he touches is destruction. And it goes to show you the stupidity of the people of this country that will pick a stupid white man, I said it, over an intelligent black woman.
Or just an intelligent person, period. Because, they chose him.
Over
Hillary. And at the time, she was the most qualified person, period. Not woman, but person.
Qualified person.
Yeah. He had way more experience. Way more.
Well, but
and international experience at that. And to be honest with you, that's the one thing you really need as a president. You need international experience, or someone on your team, your secondhand man or woman that has that experience.
Came
So I mean,
in,
with Obama, that's why they brought on Joe Biden,
yeah.
because he had that international experience.
He had international experience, and Obama didn't. And Obama was young; he
Yeah,
didn't have it. So
right.
that's why Biden was added to the ticket.
And now we have no experience at all
No experience on the vice
anywhere.
president. No experience anywhere, and you can
Anywhere.
just hang it up with Rubio, who's a
It's a
peon
joke.
head. I mean, he's just absolutely stupid. We are in trouble, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Y'all know this community knows we are in trouble.
One of Trump's supporters, or in Congress, whatever, had tweeted something about, the shortest World War III ever. Yeah, okay. That tweet lasted all of 5 seconds.
Well, Lisa says, and Gab and Tulsi talked about it. She had a commercial that talked about it. Lisa says, like I said yesterday, it's probably a real life paradise. They probably have a whole city underneath the ground in Colorado.
Absolutely.
Of course they do. They've been
Listen,
they've been building those things in Colorado's mountains for decades.
Listen, the things that you see on TV, there's some truth to it.
Paradise
There's
is
always
based on
some
a
truth.
true scenario. There's bunkers in the mountains, in the Colorado mountains. There are bunkers in different parts of the country.
There's
There
a
are bunkers
plan
for
in
the rich.
place. There's always been a plan in place. When the
Yes.
world goes to shit, top leaders in government will have a place so that they can run a future government later on down the road.
Elise said the Supreme Court 6 is trash. Absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
Lisa says probably under the mountains. Yep, it's true. If you look it up, you just go online. That's common knowledge that they do have these places.
Yeah.
Silo is not just a movie. Right? Silo is the TV series on Apple TV.
Yeah, that's actually a really good series too.
It's good series. Good series. Brian said it's the cruelty. That is the point.
Yes,
We've
it
been
is.
saying that from the beginning.
Yep.
Elise says they're eventually going to allow him to arrest everyone and send them to another country. That's the plan. It's called precedence. There we go. Lisa says, but what about all the citizens he is picking up, wrongly sending Americans to prisons in foreign countries? They don't care because they don't believe in due process. Even if you have your papers, I'm sure they will still take you. So they don't care. Elise says some of them were sitting in shipping containers in one of the countries.
Yeah.
Shipping containers. Brian says, oh, the 22-year-old in charge of terrorism prevention. Go look at this resume. What the hell?
Yep.
Jazzy,
And they took down his LinkedIn profile.
Say again, buddy.
That's what I believe they took down his LinkedIn profile after the story went viral about him being appointed
A grocery clerk.
Yeah, like that's your
ridiculous.
resume, and you're in charge of a terrorism prevention program.
Who does he know? Who he is? He's related to somebody. Anyway, Jazzy says that's why voter apathy had to be addressed. We have to find a way to connect with those who see these parties as the same. They're not the same. Mimi says, yeah, let's see what Dubai does. Follow the money. All the Iranians in Dubai, and he just took a trip and bailed out them caused all this noise. Elise says people need to rise up and shut the country down. Exactly. Elisa says we need Luigi.
Wow, she went there.
Oh, Jazzy says, Mimi, we could have every degree and choose not to see us, and they will choose not to see us. Is crazy. You need people who understand international affairs.
And we don't have not a one.
Make sure you hit the likes if you're in the building. Make sure you hit the likes. Speaking of choosing, make sure if you are New York City, vote today. If you are a Democrat, You have to be a Democrat to vote today. So if you are, make sure you vote.
And this weather's not boding well for it too. They're looking for a low time because of this heat.
Yeah, they said the
It's
heat's gonna
hot
keep
here
people
in the
away.
Northeast.
What's going on, Dr. Tachi? She's in the building.
Hey, hey, hey.
Tachi's in the building. Lisa says they don't care, Lisa. They want the courts to allow them to send all of us to another country. That's the point. Again, they want to get rid of those amendments 13, 14, 15.
Here's my thing. You deport all the people that do all the jobs that none of you white people want to do. Who's going to do it when we're not here? Like, how are you going to eat?
Well, the
How are you
plan
going
is
to get
not
your
to get rid
package?
of us. They don't want to get rid of the black people. They want the black people to be the slaves
Let me
again.
tell you something. This nigga is not going to be the one. Let's just keep it 100. I ain't the one.
They want it to be a white country. This is the plan. White Christian nationalists want it to be a white nation. That's why you see all these apartheid connected people in them. You got the Peter Tills, you got the Elon Musk. All of them have what they all have in common: apartheid. Why would he bring apartheid? Isn't this a joke? This is very funny. So remember the people that they brought over from South Africa? Did y'all read about what's going on with these folks?
No.
They are stuck in different parts of the country, no jobs,
Good for
waiting
them.
for help. They are not doing well. They left their farms to come to America, and
Well, you remember
America is
they were
doing
being
nothing for
killed.
them.
They were being killed, so they had to come to America to find a better place to live and to raise their families. So the fact that they don't
FAFO.
have anything, good for them.
Yep. I mean, have you heard the testimonies? Someone did a documentary last week.
Good for
Yep.
them. I hope they
And they're
starve.
crying because they're saying we left our country for this, and we're not doing this, and they're not taking care of us, and blah 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 blah.
Did you think
Felicia,
he was going to?
as they say, Felicia, please.
No, it's Felicia Bye. No, bye, Felicia.
Elise says there is nothing Christian about anything they are doing. Absolutely, but in their heads they think they're Christian. Did you see the video yesterday of the? Was it yesterday? Oh yeah, it was yesterday of the two women speaking in tongues.
They're false tongues.
Yes,
That's a Felicia Bye.
yeah. These people are crazy. This
They
is a
are crazy.
cult. There's a white. And I can't say just white because there are people of color that are connected to this craziness.
They're drinking the dirty Kool-Aid.
That dirty Kool-Aid. Ugh. There are plenty of jobs in the fields here. Plenty. Get a job, as they say. South Africans, those South African people, they're not happy. They're not happy with their time in America. So far. Okay,
So
what
guess
time
what?
is it? It's time for lessons.
They can self-deport.
They can self-deport. They can always go back to South Africa, but they gave up their farms.
Well, that's their fault.
They gave up their farms.
Always have a plan B.
Always have. You don't go to.
Well, I'm going to leave you so you can do your lesson, sir.
Man, Chris, it's always good when you pop in. It's always good.
Well, you know what? This makes up for yesterday because we didn't meet our regular.
Yeah, so we didn't do our
morning
talk
meetup.
with. Yeah, yesterday because I was in the city delivering my work.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, we still got more to chat about. Okay, thanks, Chris, and we are going right into the lesson, y'all. We're going right into the lesson. It is Tip Tuesday, and it is time. I gotta get you guys out of here. I got work to do, and I gotta get some things done for some clients. So here we go. Elevate your creative portraits. Now, folks, this is in regards to your smartphone. Now, you can use these tips also for your nice cameras that you have there. You know, your DSLRs and your digital, big cameras, professional cameras, and hobbyist cameras and high-end hobby cameras and all that stuff. But this is really geared to those smartphone users because I'm always really talking to the smartphone users because at the end of the day, everyone has one of these. And at the end of the day, everyone will be using their phone camera, their smartphone camera. Everyone uses it. So that's our starting place on our Tip Tuesdays. Okay, I see it. Tip Tuesday, says Cassandra. Blessed, tenacious Tuesday. It's Tip Tuesday. Came in on laughter and smiles. Thanks. There you go. Okay, let's start this. If you're in the building, it's time to get some lessons in photography. It's Tuesday, Tip Tuesday. Elevate your creative portraits. It's going to be a quickie. Elevate your creative portraits. Unlock the power of portrait mode, and let light sculpt the story. So, in your phone, you can definitely in the Samsung Android family, you could put your phone on portrait mode, but you can definitely also in Apple. But definitely the Android folks can do it. Put your camera on portrait mode. Let's talk about it. Number one, master portrait mode. Don't just tap it, meaning just hit the button. Portrait mode isn't just a background blur. It's a storytelling lens. Encourage your subject to step a few feet away from walls or busy background to exaggerate depth. Keep the eyes sharp. Before I go to the next part of this, you understand what's it? Get them out. Don't stick to the walls, because you can't really get the feel of the portrait mode setting on your phone if the person's like on the wall or close up. Move them into an open space. Then, as it says now, keep the eyes sharp. Tap to focus. We talk about this all the time. If you've been listening to our Tip Tuesdays, you know we say this over and over again. Tap. Use your index finger, to tap where you want to focus. But when you're doing a portrait of someone, tap on their eyeball. Tap on the eye. Tap on the eye area. That way the camera knows now you're telling the camera to focus. And then in portrait mode, you get that what we call depth of field. Get that nice milky background like you see here. But keep focus on the eyeballs. Tap on the screen. Try different focal lengths if your phone supports them. For instance, some of us have mini lenses on the back of these cameras, right? I have three lenses. You can go wide, you can go regular, or you can go narrow. You can change the lenses in portrait, in your portrait mode, and create different types of photos. Okay, are you getting it? So make sure, put your camera, your smartphone in portrait mode. Need I show you? Okay, let me go to my camera settings here. And here we go. In here, you can see right there. Let me just pop this off the screen let me just remove that so you can see. You see that? Portrait mode. Portrait mode. Use the portrait mode. Use the portrait mode. And you see how the screen looks on portrait mode? You see? And if I tap right there, well, it has nothing to focus on. It was focusing on me, right? Probably looking for me. It's looking for me. Oh, it changed. But if it's looking at me and I tap, you see that? You see? I can tap. You see? Wherever I tap, it's going to focus. You see that? That's how you focus. You focus in that mode, right? Okay, there you go. Tap on the eye right there. Right? Look how clear it gets. It's looking for you. See how it's looking? You see how it's searching? Okay, there you go. That was a good demonstration there. That was a good demonstration. Okay, next one. Chase the light. You know what we talk about in this community. What are photographers? Light chasers. We chase light. We chase light. We look for light on the subjects. We look for light on the subject. Natural light is still king. We got flashes, we got all kinds of stuff, but at the end of the day, natural light is the best. Then shape it. Natural light is still king. Golden hour offers soft skin tones and dramatic warmth, right? Indoor place subjects near windows and let light fall in from the side for a Rembrandt style shadows. Or use sheer curtains to diffuse harsh sunlight into painterly softness. And what I mean by that is, like, you see that behind me, this is diffuse light. You see, I have diffuse light. I could have had a sheer curtain as well. Let's say the sun was outside. The sun was beaming outside. You can use your sheer curtains to kind of like soften the light. So that way the light is still on your subject or the person, and get that beautiful light on your subject. Dr. Taji says, I love these lessons. Right? So natural light is still king. And I remember, we always joke about it. Photographers joke about it all the time. Everybody looks good in the golden hour. Everybody's skin looks yummy in the golden hour. What's the golden hour? For those that don't know, the golden hour is the hour before the sun sets. The hour before the sun sets. You get these beautiful hues of gold. That's right. Lisa, behave yourself. That's right. You're going to go to detention. No talking during class. Okay, here we go. Here we go. But you can hit the likes. You can hit the likes. You can do that while we're talking. Hit the likes. Next one. Oops. Let me go back. Sorry about that. Next one. Number 3. Embrace shadows as part of the composition. You get shadows of trees and all that stuff, it's okay. Don't shy away from the shadows. They add dimension, mystery, and mood. Try split lighting, half of the face, like you saw how I did the elephant. Half the face was in the shade, dark, and the half was in the light. Half shadow. For an edgy vibe, or use blinds, leaves, or lace to cast texture patterns onto your subject for a more abstract feel. You ever seen those nice portrait photos and they have the shadows of the window blinds? Always love those shots. I always love those shots. When you get the eyes just lined up in the light and you got the lines of the window shade. You can do that with your smartphone. You can do that. Obviously, you can use it you can do that with your other cameras. But I want you to go to the basics of your smartphone. You can do it, and it'll look so professional. Next one. And after you've done all of that, after you've done the first 3 tips, edit with intention. After capture, tweak depth, intensity if your phone allows. Now, everyone has an editing tool on their phone. Use your editing tools. But if you don't have, if you don't want to use the editing tool that came with your phone, there are two that I always recommend. I say it all the time: Lightroom and Snapseed. Okay. Also, you can boost shadows slightly to preserve texture, or go monochrome, which is black and white, to emphasize contrast and mood. Now, a lot of folks say, Ron, do you shoot in black and white? Very rarely. I don't shoot in black and white because I have all these tools that if I take the picture, now there's a certain look about shooting in black and white. Don't get me wrong. There is a certain feel of the picture when you take it in black and white. And your phone, you do have on your phone black and white. You can do what's called monochrome. But I like to take pictures in color because I like color. But then when I take the picture in color, I'm thinking in black and white. Does that make sense? When I take the photo in color, I am thinking in black and white. And then when I get to my editing tools, then I can go and hit one of the filters or one of the little settings and make it black and white. Every program has. You have it through Snapseed, make it black and white. You can go through, I always say Lightroom because I use Lightroom all the time. Black and white. Yes, like the full color one that Lisa, the Ghanaian girl, it was shot in color. And then I changed it to black and white. So there's a black and white version and there is a color version. Yes, I always shoot in color, just my preference. And then I edit in black and white. But when I photograph, I am thinking in black and white. Like I love to go into an area in the city and look at how the shadows of light and dark and how the light is harsh or the light is in contrast. And I'm looking at all these little, compositions. And then I make a decision in my head, what kind of photo I want to take. What's my outcome? I am already thinking about the outcome. Here's another trick of the trade and photographers will tell you. Most photographers are not shooting in the moment, for say. Most photographers already know their outcome and they are photographing with the outcome in mind. They know what they want the photo to look like. They see the photo already in their head. They are now taking the photo to meet the outcome. Does that make sense? They see the photo first in their head, and then they accommodate to create it in real time. So think like a photographer. Think about what you want. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want the outcome of your photo to look like? And then work on how to get it there. And that may be making shadows, taking this, using blinds, using leaves, using different things to shadow someone's face, or create foreground by putting a branch in front of the lens, so that way it's just slightly below the subject, so that way you got some foreground. There's always tricks to the trade, but know your outcome. Think as a person trying to create your outcome. Next, number 5, make it personal. You want good portraits? Make it personal. And we are talking about smartphones, right? right? This is, and a smartphone will give you some great portraits. Now, we also know that the big cameras can, I mean, there's some things that this camera will not do that the big camera will do. But if you choose to use your phone for portrait time with family and friends, you're on the fly, you're spending time with folks, you have the best capabilities right here. Use them. So make it personal. The most unforgettable portraits aren't perfect. Let's say that again. The most unforgettable portraits aren't perfect. They're honest. Encourage your subject to move, miss shots, play with the expressions. I always tell, laugh, smile, jump, do something. Don't just do something. Whatever comes natural to you. Don't try to be someone else. Be you in the photograph. As I take this portrait, as I take this shot, just be you. Let it be honest. Play with the expressions and hold a meaningful object. Grab a prop. Grab a prop. Like, that's that, right? Grab a prop. You can make all kinds of photos. Grab an umbrella. Grab a red jacket. That's how you create your outcomes. A touch of vulnerability creates emotional weight. A touch of vulnerability creates emotional weight. Keep it real. Keep it honest. That's how you keep it personal. Last but not least, this week, what kind of portrait photos will you capture? This week, until we meet again next week, until this, your assignment for this week, what kind of portrait photos will you capture? Use some shadows. Use the sun's, the golden hour. Yeah. Use some props. Take a scarf and wrap it around your head and take some good shots, or the person that you want to take pictures of. Use what you have. Keep it honest. There you have it, y'all. There you have it. That's your lesson for today. That is your Tip Tuesday. That is your Tip Tuesday tip. You can use these phones to take wonderful portraits. So this week, take some portraits. Every time we do these assignments, I hope every time we do these assignments on Tip Tuesdays, I hope that you take the initiative to go out into your world and photograph using these tips. That's how you learn. That's how you build on your education. You just had an educational moment. So now take your phones out this week. Take portraits of someone you love. Take portraits of your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, co-worker, people that you care about. Take portrait shots. Use what you just learned here today. Okay. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say with you all. That's what we had today. Anyway, if you want to learn photography, photograph your world. That's what I believe in. Photograph your world, home, work, or play. Virtual Basic Photography 101. Fun tutoring using your camera model. Creative instruction and learning at your pace. Available in-person tutoring in New York City. Well, that may change in the future, but now it's still true in New York City. But if you want lessons, reach out to me. Slide into my DMs, and we can work out a plan, a tutoring session scheduled for you. Next, if you want to be on the mailing list, go to Ron Lewis Photos, and that will put you on the mailing list in case we cannot contact, in case we don't have the internet any longer. Maybe we only can do emails. This is the way I'm able to stay in contact with you. So join the email listing at ronlewisphotos.com. Also, if you're looking for an event photography, for a photographer, for event photography, for corporations, events, even news events, give me a call. Slide my name into my DMs or send me an email. Okay, there you have it. And last but not least, thank you, Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. Thank you to the Patreon community. This lesson can also be found on the Patreon page. And let me just get that. Is that all set up? Is that all set up? Yes. Hold on. Let me give you that so you'll have it. Oh, Gwendolyn got me into doing this thing. So if you go to Patreon, if you go to our Patreon page, there it is. This is the article for today. This is the article for today. Elevate your creative portraits. Everything is right there. Everything is right there with all the other tips. So become a Patreon member. Become an Patreon member. That way you have access to all this stuff. Okay? There you go. And you'd be supporting what we do here. Thank you. Also, if you can always find ways to support what we do here. There's many ways to support. Lisa says, New York City will be as hot as Death Valley today, breaking a 137-year-old record. Be safe, guys. Yes. Yes, it's hot out here. It's hot out in these streets. Cass says, awesome tips, appreciated. Jazzy says, homework? You're giving us homework? Absolutely. Every time we're on to Tuesday, you have homework. Homework is a good thing. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our water cooler day. And anyway, just want to say I love you. Have a good day. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.